Hey Bedros, my parents came from Mexico in the 90s, but I was born here in the States. I feel like Armenian culture and Mexican culture are similar in a lot of ways, specifically when it comes to family and supporting your people. My family is super left-leaning and I don't agree with a lot of things that they believe in. How did you manage this as an Armenian? I'm sure you've had similar disagreements with your family.
Yeah, and I have. And the reality is that the Armenian culture and the Hispanic culture are very similar. They're very tight-knit, they're very close, and they are very left-leaning, right? So I can relate to his question. I can relate to where he's coming from. Now, I'm also very open and honest about the fact that I was an immigrant to this country. Like, we escaped Armenia, the Soviet Union, and came here when I was 6 years old. But we entered legally. We got processed through paperwork. We did the work needed to come in to the United States, become legal, get our green cards, and ultimately become a citizen, paying our taxes, paying into the system, and having loyalty to this country now because I'm an American. And so I do have a problem when the borders are open and people are illegally migrating into the United States. Now, do I think that we should take every single person who's illegally in the United States and send them back? No, I don't. I think that if you have a criminal record, if you have a terrorist background, if we can identify you as someone that has ill intentions towards our country and our citizens, and guess what? We do need to deport you and send you back. But if you've been here for some period of time, you're a hardworking immigrant, you've kept your head down, you're not getting in trouble with the law, you've done nothing to disrupt the system here, I think we should also create a process now, instead of ICE coming in and walking into a Home Depot and blindly taking everybody. What if we take the ones that have a criminal background? What if we take the ones that are known to be human traffickers? What if we take the ones that are known to be involved in illicit drugs? What if we take the ones that are known to cause problems? And those that have been legally here for years, create a process to say, hey, look, you've got 12 months where you have to pay this fee, go through this paperwork process, and get legally documented because you have no criminal background. You've been here for X number of years with your head down doing the work. So we want to create the opportunity for you to become a tax-paying, member of society and then ultimately become a citizen. Also, I think those people who have been here for a while have kept their head down, are not doing anything to violate the law. They probably have the desire to become a citizen and reap the benefits of citizenship. So let's let them pay and go through a process and give them a period of time. We shouldn't have to send them back if they've already established a life. But that's just my opinion. But I do believe that you should be legal. Either legally get your paperwork done or become legal. But if you have any kind of criminal background and you're illegal, get the fuck out of here. Guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. If you are into having better health and you want more energy, if you want to have a stronger immune system so you don't get sick as much, and you want to fight off inflammation in your gut and in your joints, then the new and improved Trulian Wellness Shot is for you. This is the best, newest version that we've ever created. It is packed with vitamin C, vitamin D, ginger, turmeric, zinc, B12, sodium, potassium, magnesium, astragalus, and echinacea. It is there to help you get more healthy. It is there to give you more energy. It is there to give you immune support and to help fight off inflammation throughout your body so that you can go dominate your day. I want you to try this, a 30-day supply for 50% off. Just go to Trulian.com, use my code BEDROS, and you will get half off. You will get free shipping. $1 of your order will go to Shriners Children's Hospital. And on top of that, you get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So if you don't like the product, and we have yet to have anyone return the product, just let us know. We'll give you a full refund. And if you decide it is the best thing for you, like thousands of other people have, then stay on board to the Trulian Tribe. And every month, we will send you a new order for 30-day supply for 20% off, free shipping, and $1 from every one of those orders will go towards Shriners Children's Hospital, where we're going to do a lot of good together. So here's what I want you to do. Go to Trulian.com, use my name, Bedros, to get 50% off your first order of the Subscribe and Save, and build your body, build your health, build your energy as we do a lot of good together. Now back to the show.
Did your siblings or your parents think? Like, I don't know if they watch any of your content or if you guys even have political conversations.
Well, we
at
have
all.
conversations.
But like, okay, so like, what were some of the like, were there any disagreements or arguments where you started coming out more as right leaning in some areas where they were like, dude, what happened to you? Like, was there any kind of instance like that?
Yeah, there was. And ultimately, I stopped having those conversations with them. At first, I would try and show them my perspective. Like, guys, look, you know, we left a socialist, communist country. If you come to a country like this and then you start operating like socialism is good, which, let's face it, the Democratic Party, left-leaning government, liberals are more socialist favoring, right? And I am not a full-blown conservative. Like I always say, like, let's legalize prostitution, let's legalize drugs, let's tax the fuck out of it, lower taxes on the working class because we're taxing all that shit. Now, like, prostitutes aren't going to get beat up by their pimps, and, you know, no one's going to end up buying drugs in a dark alley and getting, you know, fucked up with fentanyl, because you can actually go to a dispensary just like weed and get whatever. But also create regulation around it that says, hey, don't get hopped up on fucking whatever, cocaine, and start driving around town erratically. And so I'm definitely center of the road. But when I realized that my family is locked onto the way they think, like it's become an ideological belief system for them, I realized debating this topic with them just so they could see things through my lens is a useless endeavor. There's so many other things that I have in common with my family. I have so much love for them. I have so much history with them. Let me talk about the things that we do have in common and not try and change their mind, because they're not going to be able to change my mind.
Right.
And I realize I'm not going to be able to change their mind. And so this goes back to the whole Thanksgiving conversations at the Thanksgiving table, right? Like, why bring up politics or religion or things that people are so hell-bent on planting their flag? This is me. This is how I vote. This is the religion I believe in. This is the faith that I have. This is how I see the world. Bro, I'll talk to you about 20 other things that we do have in common. And that way we can maintain a healthy relationship.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say on that point, because actually, funny enough, Thanksgiving last year, obviously right at the election, Thanksgiving is a couple weeks afterwards, and, you know, tensions are all-time high. And there was a video that went viral of a Mexican household, and all the cousins are arguing, and whoever's holding the phone behind the camera is like, look, that's the Trump supporter, that's the Trump supporter. There's that one cousin that voted for Trump, whatever. And so they're all jumping him verbally, of course. And, you know, basically that's like, how do you get out of that kind of situation where you're like, hey, I don't want to talk about politics, but they're like, no, we're going to talk about it. You're very vocal on Instagram or whatever. Yeah. Let's talk about it. So how would you deter that if they were like, your siblings were like, bro, what the hell?
Get up and leave, or talk about it, right? So if you're hell-bent on not talking about it, you have free will to get up and leave. But if they're like, no, we're going to talk about it, then I will speak my mind. I will speak my mind. I have no problem offending you. And if I don't get invited to the next party, so be it.